Welcome back to the KMTRADERS channel. We are looking at Euro USD. As we start in the new month, it's better to look at the overall action of what happened last month. So as we can see, we're in this downwards channel on a little lower time frame, but overall this monthly is this is the top half of the weekly boundary, which is called like a resistance level, and then this is the bottom half, which is like the support level of the downwards channel. So in the month we have actually broke and closed above it, and this is obviously represented by this green bar here. So I'm looking for price to see if it can come back to the monthly key level, which is at 1.1448. As of now, we just started below, so you know, early hours of the first month, so this is why it's obviously red and all the way down here. So let us just take it down to the daily. So as we can see here, we have made some price action moves. So with what has been happening in that last month is that we've pushed and closed above, found the retest of the bottom of the channel, which had become now support as opposed to it becoming resistance, and then we found strength behind it to obviously push higher and higher. What we're seeing right now though is we're seeing obviously price starting to reject some of these key levels. So if we go lower on the 4-hourly time frame, we see a little bit better. So what are these drawings here is just to represent the analysis that we made in the last week's video, and we could say that we didn't quite get the push that we were looking for exactly in terms of the overall momentum. I believe that if you would have taken this, it would have been a loss. So let me just go ahead and just get rid of this. But what I was anticipating was price to, I believe this one should go like that. So I was anticipating a double test properly on this line. We did get a few confirmation rejection candles, but it wasn't strong and convincing enough. So this is why I was looking for some sort of double test. So the next scenario I was looking for was the next key level down, and we've just managed to get around there now. So we're currently looking at that on the 4-hourly, and we have roughly an hour of this candle to close. So if this hourly candle is able to get some sort of rejection, then I believe we could potentially see this scenario happening. However, I'm starting to see that the EMAs are slightly beginning to converge, so we could find our way battling in between. Well, there's a bit of vigorous, sorry. Battling in between before we either make a move to the downside or we make a move to the upside, like so. So let's just wait until we get a bit more clarity in the market before we actually decide the overall positioning. But just looking at how price has been in as of today, we've got this huge rejection candle from this level here at 1.13459. So what I would be anticipating is potential shorts if we can. Here, this would possibly be the best scenario, roughly along this level here, and obviously depending on how it performs, the stop loss would be roughly on a resistance level to perhaps just above here. So roughly we're talking, so roughly around 12 pips, but I probably would pop it a little bit higher, like 10 pips, a little bit, just to give a bit of room for the trade to breathe. And then targets would be roughly aiming for 100, but first TP would roughly be at 1.12967. TP2 potential would be at 1.12463. So my convincing probability is that we are pushing towards the downside as of right now, and depending on the strength and how this price action candle closes as of now, I'll be looking for the retest at the top of this line before we get the entry obviously lower. So that'll be all for this video. We'll have a look in next week's video for how price action obviously played out, and continue doing this analysis again. So thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you on the next one.